I'm Michael Sterling, and welcome to Broadway World TV. We are coming to you today from Hollywood, but a rather unusual location. It is the Hollywood United Methodist Church. And the reason that we're at this church is because there's a little show business going on here today. It happens only once a year, and we really look forward to it. And today it's all about the musical Chicago, which is going to be presented at the Hollywood Bowl next weekend, July 26th through the 28th. The production is directed by Brooke Shields, who makes her directorial debut, and it stars some of the most wonderful performers you'll ever want to see on a theater stage. Samantha Barks as Velma Kelly, Cary as Amos Hart, Lucy Lawless as Mama Morton, Stephen Moyer as Billy Flynn, and Ashlee Simpson as Roxie Hart. If you've never seen the musical Chicago, now is the chance to come and see not only the musical itself, but have one of the most amazing evenings that you could ever spend in Los Angeles, certainly, and that's here at the Hollywood Bowl. And we're going to interview the stars, so don't go away. We'll be right back. I have the pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, of standing here with Rob Fisher, who just got an Emmy nomination yesterday.
Yesterday morning, my first Emmy nomination.
Yes? How excited are you? What time did that even happen? When did they call you? What time?
Well, it must have happened early, because when I woke up, my email was full, my texts were, it was all over the place.
Yeah.
So I'm not exactly sure the moment it happened. I was trying to get a little sleep.
Well, you know, when you're as talented as you are, it's going to happen. You know that. It's just a matter of when, right?
Well, it's amazing for a production like Carousel with the New York Philharmonic to be recognized in that way. We had such a great time doing it, and it sounded so great. We were all very fulfilled from that. And to be acknowledged again now and let that feeling live on, that's like a reward right there.
I'm sure it is, and coming in the midst of something else quite important that you're doing now at the Hollywood Bowl, Chicago.
What's really cool is to get an Emmy nomination in LA, because in New York, it means something, but in L.A., an Emmy nomination means a lot.
Right.
So I can tell people to shut up today, and it's great.
I hope I'm not one of them, but
no, not yet.
Okay, tell us about Chicago and the massive production that's getting ready to open next week.
What we're doing is impossible, and yet we will do it. It's a tremendous amount of detailed memorization, choreography, words, and stuff for people to learn in a week. Yeah. And they're doing it, but it's going to be, we're pushing them hard. Nobody's complaining. They're all just working past their maximum. So we're going to have a hell of a show.
You know, they say troopers, and that's what all these people are, right?
Yeah, but some of them are more experienced TV actors than stage actors, and this is a shock to their system, but nobody's balking at it. Everybody is on board fully.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, we and 17,000 people nightly who will be seeing this show cannot wait to see your work and the production.
We'll have a hell of a band. It's going to be a great night musically and dramatically.
Well, thank you so much for talking to Broadway World TV. We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
This lady needs no introduction, of course.
Well, maybe she does. I don't know. We're assuming.
We all love her.
Lawless.
Lucy Lawless.
I'm playing Big Mama Morton in the Hollywood Bowl's production of Chicago, and I'm so honored.
Well, we're thrilled to have you here.
Thank you.
First of all, on this big stage of 17,000 people who will be watching you every night. No, don't get nervous about that. But. So
the more the merrier.
From Xena to Broadway to now Chicago here at the Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah.
That's quite a journey, huh?
It's, well, actually, yes, from New Zealand to Xena and eventually to Chicago. Yeah, one hell of a journey. One hell of a journey. This is my childhood dream. And when they said, they were saying, oh, I don't want you to miss your family thing. We've got this read-through. I'm like, no, my family knows. This is the be-all and end-all for me. So my family event is just going to have to wait. This is 10 days of pure joy and privilege.
And very hard work.
Very hard work. Yeah.
And you're singing one of the great numbers in the show, right?
Yes, a couple of great numbers. I do the When You're Good to Mama, of course. And then Class, I do with the inimitable Samantha Barks, who is just such a darling, such a pro, such a charm, such a good person. So, yeah.
You're going to have a blast, I
promise
you. And when you walk out on that stage, it's going to be the most amazing experience for you.
I'm going to breathe, and I'm going to make sure I don't miss any of it.
That's right.
Right, and just love the audience. It's believe me, I know what an incredible once in a lifetime, 3 times in a lifetime experience.
And the most important thing is for you to have a good time too.
Is that the most important thing?
Absolutely.
All right.
Then we'll
Mark
have a good time.
said.
Right. Thank you so much for talking to Broadway World TV.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it. The pleasure of speaking to none other than Stephen Moyer from True Blood. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah.
How much fun are you having doing Chicago?
It's been pretty amazing. I mean, truthfully, I have more fun watching everybody else do their stuff and watching rehearsals. It's been a long while since I've done anything like this, and you know, my career started out in this kind of stuff.
Of course, yeah.
And so watching everybody else is kind of where I get off. My own stuff I kind of don't really think about. I just do it.
Well, musical theater, don't you find, is it's just an extension of everything else, right? I mean,
absolutely. It's for me, I grew up doing it, so it's funny how much it's part of you once you start looking at it and rehearsing and learning the lines and getting these moves into your soul, you know, and how much it just is. It's interesting how quickly it came back. I was quite surprised.
Do you think that if musical theater, musical comedy, or life was a musical, for real?
You're saying it's not?
I was going to say, do you think we'd have a better world?
Yeah.
We would. I think, don't you?
I think we would have a better world, but I also think there's a lot of melancholy, and there's room for that too, and there's a lot of musicals that explore that as well.
Right. And does Billy Flynn? I mean, this is the male star of the show here. So, and you've getting to work with some pretty amazing people. Mm-hmm. Not only Miss Brooke Shields directing you, but Ashlee Simpson.
Yep.
And the rest of this wonderful cast.
Yep.
And had you met any of them before?
I'd met Ashlee before. We've actually met 2 or 3 times. We did a movie together called Undiscovered. I think like 2003, but we never actually had any scenes together. And then we met about 3 or 4 years later and kind of went, weren't you in that film that we did? And, you know, one of those kind of interesting, weird things. I'd met Sam Barks before, who's playing Velma. We share the same agent, actually, from England. She's from England, so she'd probably kill me for that because she's Welsh. Oh. She's Welsh. She's not English. But she's great, and I think she's going to be quite extraordinary. Actually, Ashlee has played the part before, but you know she was a trained ballet dancer. She's got moves beautifully and is very, very comedically gifted. Lucy Lawless is the runaway for me. I heard her sing the other day and I was blown away.
This is a dream for her, she just told me.
She's very cool, great lady, really fantastic, and we have ended up with a pretty strong cast.
Well, you've got a lot of great ladies in your life, including your wife. And,
indeed.
And you've got some beautiful children.
I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's not, this is what I'm saying to everybody today that's in the show, it's not daunting to step out on the stage and have 17,000 people watching.
Isn't it?
Just to remember that, it is not.
Okay, good, right? Good to know.
It is going to be the best experience you've ever had.
Look, I think the thing is that, as far as I'm aware from what I've heard about this particular production, is that they know that you've had 10 days. I think they know that you've had 10 days. Apparently they're a very forgiving audience. If things go wrong, they go wrong. That is show business.
Well, I mean, what could be better than in Los Angeles than sitting in a seat at the Hollywood Bowl watching a musical, especially a musical like this?
Yeah, right? I mean it's amazing. I'm really excited by it. I was a bit terrified at the beginning of the week because it's been a long while since I've done this. But as it's sort of becoming, yeah, exactly. But I'm starting to look forward to it. Possibly, maybe.
All right. Well, listen, we wish you the best of luck. Have a fantastic opening, a fantastic run. I know it's only 3 days, but they're going to seem like a lifetime to you.
Thank you.
Something we'll remember for your lifetime.
I hope so. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
See you later.
I'm so happy to be standing here with one of the stars of the show, Samantha Barks. Hello, Samantha. How are you?
Hello, I'm very good. How are you?
Or should I address you as Velma Kelly?
I'd prefer that one. She's cooler. She's way cooler than I am.
Really?
So I'll go with Velma. Yeah, that'd be
And
nice.
to think that all of this musical part of your life, actually, I guess where it came into prominence was on an English television show. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. I was 17. I did a TV show called I'd Do Anything, which I lost,
Yes.
and came third.
And that was one of those shows that was seeking the female lead in Oliver, I believe,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, which I then later went on to play, which was so exciting. It was that's where I got to know Cameron McIntosh and Anne Lloyd Webber, who then a few years
Not
later.
bad. Not two guys bad to know, right?
Not bad. They're kind of handy people to know. But yeah, then a few years later, Cameron invited me to come and audition for Eponine in Les Mis in the West End, and I'd already played Sally Bowles in Cabaret just before that, and then that's where the Les Mis chapter started. So it's been a whirlwind, but I'm very grateful
Exciting.
for it.
I think you probably must be a friend of mine by the name of Ramin Karimloo.
Oh yay! Oh, Ramin's amazing. He's just his voice.
I know, right?
It's great. It's like velvet.
I have a supper club here in Los Angeles called Sterling's Upstairs at the Federal, which hosts the best of Broadway performers in concert, and Ramin headlined for us this year, actually,
amazing.
3 times, and it was like chaos. It was like a rock concert. It was, even though it was Broadway.
But that's it. He's got this it's like rocky, gravelly, but then this like classical power, and
Exactly.
it's just
Yeah, exactly.
amazing voice. Love him.
But we're here to talk about you. So how much fun are you having in this rehearsal process, which is pretty intense,
fun.
right?
It is. That's the thing. It's intense. It's like we've got 10 days to put this on. There's so much dancing, so much. You usually have a lot more time to polish things up, but it's like the fast track. But also, like, yeah, it's hard work, but we're having the best time. Like, they're the nicest crowd of people. Like, you see these like stunning women. I go in and their legs like start like around my dimples. They're like, and then they're there. But yet they're just so fun and funny, and like lunchtimes we just have the best times, and it's really, really lucky to be working with such a fun and ridiculously talented cast. I mean, you saw them; they're like,
yes.
I can't stop staring at everybody. I'm like, how do you all like? How does this all? It's amazing.
I think it's specific to show business that in such a short amount of time, or a longer amount of time, it really doesn't make any difference. If you are in a project like this, or a motion picture or a television series, the bonding process is immediate and huge, and it's just another one of your extended family.
It is.
Right?
That's the thing with casts. Like, they really do become like your family, and it's really hard to explain that. But it's like you go through these situations together, and it just like the bond it happens quicker than normal, and it's very, very strong because you go through things together, and then if something happens, it's like, man down, like craziness, like, and then you come out the other side and you're all together, and it's this amazing united sort of feeling, which is you get lifelong friends from shows. It's amazing. I've got so many lifelong friends that I've met along the way in shows, and it's just the support you have for each other.
Good for you. You're such a talented person. You're very beautiful. I wish you the best of success with this project and your career.
Thank you
so
much.
We'll be watching. You know her. You love her. I love her. Ashlee Simpson, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Your breath smells good.
Thank you. You have done this role before that you're doing in the show, Roxie Hart. You did it in London. Was that around 2006, as I recall?
2006, yeah. Then came back and did it in New York in 2009.
You're so young. You're so young then, and you're still so young now. What's it like working with Brooke Shields, and what do you think you're anticipating being on the stage at the Hollywood Bowl? What do you think that's going to feel like?
I think it's going to be amazing. Brooke is incredible, and she's played Roxie on West End, Broadway, and it's really, really wonderful working with her and discovering different things about Roxie, and that's what's great about this character and playing it, different times and learning different things when you hear the words, and I'm like, oh, what did you do here? What did you say? What did you know what I mean? And it's fun to play with that, and doing it at the bowl is going to be so exciting. Such a big stage, and it'll be a blast.
Well, I mean, as a concert artist, I know that you're used to large crowds, and
I've never played the bowl though.
But yeah, I know the bowl is something very, very special, and it's so specific to Los Angeles and to the rest of the world. If you play the Hollywood Bowl, that's just about everything, right?
Right.
But it's, as I've been telling a couple of the cast members that have come through, it's not daunting, and don't let it kind of get into your head, because it's the most exciting. It is the most exciting.
This show is so exciting, so that's where my heart is with this.
Yeah. But we can't wait to see you.
And my friends here in LA that haven't got to see it get to come out. So it's
of
really
all
great.
the things that you've done in your career, whether it was television or concerts or records or musical theater, where does musical theater fit in on that scale?
I would say it's up there.
Yeah?
I'm like, it's up there. You know, it's such hard work everyone puts in, and, you know, 8 shows a week, and I love it. I'm like, that's what it's all about.
I hope beyond this run of Chicago, I hope that we get to see you on the musical theater stage again.
I will be back.
On Broadway would be nice.
I would love to.
You can do a Facebook thing, get her on Broadway, yeah?
Sounds good.
Thank you for talking to Broadway World.
Thank you. You're so sweet.
She needs no introduction, of course. I am standing here with not only one of the most beautiful women in the world, but also one of the most talented, Brooke Shields. How are you, Brooke?
I'm very happy to be here.
Are you?
I am.
You looked happy inside when we saw the rehearsal. You were just beaming when we saw some of the run-through.
I mean, it could be presumptuous, but I'm so proud of what they're doing and what they've done, and they're working so hard. Everybody in the company, it's an extraordinary company, and everybody is 24/7 getting this
in such an intense amount of time.
Yeah, it has to. We're doing it in under 2 weeks.
Wow.
Learn an entire show, and the magnitude of the bowl is presenting us with different challenges as far as we've got a larger ensemble than we ever have on Broadway, and on in the West End. So it's they're having to be on their game all the time.
I know that you are, of course, quite familiar with the show, having been in it yourself, but from a directorial standpoint, this is your debut. What is this? What are you bringing from it as a performer, perhaps?
Well, I don't know if I could direct another show without having that kind of intimacy, intimate relationship with it, because when you've done it for 8 shows a week for a year of your life, you know every nuance. Well, and there's always more to discover. But I'm bringing an understanding of what the show started off as, from talking to Annie and having that kind of access to the people that created it, the people that were there, and that's what I'm bringing. I'm trying to bring that experience so that I can free them up to sort of reveal who they are independently as characters. Does that make sense?
Yes, of course it makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's awesome. I know that certainly all of them are in awe of you.
Oh, God.
And your technique and how you're working with them. So being the actress that you are, and such a good one, and being so familiar with the show and the product and being a musical person, I think that makes the best kind of director. You know, I mean, because you've been in their place, and you understand what it's like working with a director. So I think the give and take process is what's key.
And I know what it's like when you don't get the support.
Exactly.
I mean, I understand that, and so I have a certain empathy for them, and I know how hard it is. I know when someone's starting to panic. I can see their eye. I've been there. I've seen it. I see the process. Then I know I have to go and hang out with that person and just reboot, get the confidence back up, and explain why we're all here and how we all wouldn't be here if we didn't deserve to be here.
That's a good director. No one's going to be panicked. They're going to be brilliant next weekend when the show opens. Congratulations.
Yay,
I'm saying that to you in advance because I know it's going to be a winner.
Thank you. Everyone's going to really, really, really be pleased.
Brooke Shields, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Chicago will have 3 performances at the Hollywood Bowl, Friday and Saturday, July 26th and 27th at 8 p.m., and Sunday, July 28th at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are available at hollywoodbowl.com or ticketmaster.com or via telephone at 323-850 2000 or 800-745-3000 and in person at the Hollywood Bowl box office. For more information, please call 323-850-2000.